everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
And me, Banshee. And guess what time it is? It's time for a monthly modality message. Happy birthday, Geminis.
The sun has moved into Gemini. We actually recorded this probably a day or two before it did, but we are here to tell you what all that means for all of the modality signs of the zodiac.
Hear, hear. So we're ready to get this show on the road with the Cardinal Signs. And the Cardinal Signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Scorpio. And I should add, I guess, that this reading is good till the sun enters Cancer.
That's right.
So it's for the whole Gemini season for all the modalities, starting with our Cardinal Signs. Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn.
So real briefly though, cardinal signs are the originators of energies. The fixed signs are sort of the perpetuators of energies. And the mutables are the ones who transform energies. And over each month they go through the cycle of interactions, not so much with each other, but with their personal energies to work towards their goals, hopefully. This is the guide that kind of puts it together.
And we Cardinal Signs, we get the party started.
That's a good way of looking at it.
We get things started, we get things moving, we initiate. We count on the rest of you modalities to get things going, complete for us. Anyway, just saying.
All right.
Oh, I am yawning, Mr. O. What's wrong here with this picture?
I don't know.
Me either.
Let's see if we can perk everybody up.
All right, let's see what we have for the Cardinal Signs. Card 1 is the primary focus for the Cardinal Signs modality for you in this month ahead. What's your focus going to be? Wow, ooh la la. It's the Ace of Cups. Looks like a little romance in the air, something that brings fulfillment and joy. But it's the start. It's the beginning of something that could maybe turn into something quite pleasant.
Right, and so it may seem that as a focus, this means that this is really going to be where you're putting it. The idea that you are really wanting to advance the romantic situations in your life, or at least the very strongly emotional things that bring you pleasure. Maybe it's not necessarily a person. Maybe it's a situation.
Right, it could be. It's something that brings you great joy, pleasure, or love, or, something that you're passionate about. And this is the beginning. You're going to be starting something that will either, that you're very passionate about, and it could be love. Let's see what else this says. So the role your interactions with others will play in the month ahead. Well, hey, it's the King of Cups. Is there a particular someone, perhaps? Perhaps it's a water sign, maybe, that, will be involved in this little romance you've got going on.
Well, it could be the water sign Cancer themselves, as they are one of this modality.
That's true.
But more likely, I think what the idea means is that there's just the idea that all of the cardinal signs will want to be acting totally in their best interest in terms of being warm and compelling and humane. There's a big emphasis on being kind because, kindness really does lead to other things. And so if you're thinking about, starting a relationship with somebody, sometimes you just have to be kind to start.
Mm-hmm. And so this talks about beneficence. This maybe talks about even the start of you maybe getting involved in some volunteerism or something that helps benefit others or support others in some way. That could be it too, as far as you're, associating with others and how others may play a role. You may be working with some people who are trying to make a difference in the lives of others.
In other ways, maybe cardinal signs want to do things like start a book club with their friends or their local library, or start a recipe group, or anything else, maybe just a social thing that has drawing qualities about it and shares kindness and warmth with our friends.
The opportunities or challenges you may face in the month ahead, and how best can you cardinal signs achieve or tackle them? Well, let's leave it with somebody else, huh? But no, here is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is reversed. Opportunities or challenges. How best can you achieve or tackle them?
Well, you have to be willing to maybe put up or shut up. You have to give a little to get a little. It may be, some of this may call for maybe some actual monetary or financial backing up these ideas, but maybe not. Maybe there are other things too that you might be able to give in order to move this process along.
Yeah, the challenge here for us cardinal signs is, I just want to make it clear, it's not about you. This reading is about you, but you got, like he says, you got to give a little to get a little. You need to be a little bit not so much selfish as selfless. I feel in the situation and circumstances, be willing to give of yourself a bit. Immerse yourself into this and do your part, whatever that may be, in fostering a new relationship or in fostering this positive, potential thing you'll be working on with others.
Good point.
And finally, how can you use your modality superpowers to best advantage this month? Hey, we got to, isn't it interesting here? We got the card of Cardinal Water, and we've got the card of Aries, which is a cardinal sign as well.
Cardinal sign. And I guess it's saying Aries, as well as all of the other modality signs, need to use their powers of autonomy. But that's also saying, too, you're still directing it, but you're sort of like maybe also empowering other people to do this work. You're more of a person who's delegating the control, but you are the ultimate authority.
We have drive. We are leaders, cardinal signs, and the Emperor is a benevolent leader. He is not somebody who pushes his weight around. And I really like having the combination of having the Emperor here along with the King of Cups, because this indicates this is a time for benevolent leadership. This is a time to lead with kindness and to not push things along, but let people develop and grow and contribute at their own pace.
Indeed. Very nice. Very nice reading.
So your superpowers is to not be domineering, to not be self-centered or egotistical, to not push people, but to do it with your drive and your enthusiasm, cardinal signs. You're very enthusiastic, and you know how to pull people in to work with you.
The respect you give for others will also generate respect back to you.
Hey, this is looking good. If I had to sum this up for you very briefly, I would just say there's the beginning of something that's going to be very emotionally satisfying. It can be a relationship, a one-on-one. It can be also just a new group or organization you get involved in that has more benevolent or service-oriented aspects to it. And I feel here that, you have to learn to be, this is a period for you to show the selfless side of you.
It sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Can't really add more to that. So that's it for our cardinal signs then.
Oftentimes at this time of year, there, in the summer in the States, there's walkathons and various things for organizations that need, financial support and volunteering.
People are biting at the champ to get involved in things, if only just to really get out there into the air again. Yeah. It's been a lonely couple of years, and a lot of people have had aspirations to do things, and now's the chance to hopefully and safely proceed.
Hey, fixed signs, you're up. Tag, you're it. And that's Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius.
Why, thank you for noticing.
This reading is for you. You fix signs. You keep things stable. Try to. You are self-reliant. You are calm. You work on your objectives diligently till you can make it through. Unlike us cardinal signs who just want to start it and say, hey, fix signs.
However,
can you keep it going for
our
us?
negatives are that we are sort of the highway, my way or the highway, and of course I know that from raising children or being around children.
No comment.
They may come to feel that way.
All right. Well, let's see what we have for you. I'm going to give it one more shuffle. Mr. Oak, these cards just match this background perfectly.
I know, and I like the setup here today. It's very nice.
All right.
Hope you agree. Hope everyone likes it. Just got to watch the table a little bit because the camera is resting on it, so it does.
I do bounce a little bit because I do the shuffle that way. Okay, hey, your card. Your card is the primary focus for you. Fixed signs.
It's the Ten of Pentacles. Whoops.
Wow.
There we go.
So what's interesting about this is a very stable and secure card you're starting off with as your focus, you know, making sure that your finances are all going well, making sure that the family is well taken care of, or the people that are under your care, you know, that all is well in your tribe, that everything is growing as it should.
The focus really is on foundation and maybe security. It's not necessarily about achievement so much as just saying creating that perfect kind of sense of what a family is, promoting legacy, promoting inheritance whenever possible.
Card 2 is the role your interactions with others may play in the month ahead. Hey, it's a Prince of Wands. It's a very good card. The Prince is the Knight, right?
Yes, the Prince is the Knight.
There's a princess in here. Okay, so the Prince is the Knight, and so we have the Knight of Wands, which means to me your interactions with others are going to be very dynamic, very energized. You're going to be very motivated working with others this month, and I think that you're going to be pushing something forward.
Princes or knights, rather advanced notions. They're moving towards something. So this is talking about innovations, and that's the role that you may be able to play. Fixed signs is being more of a innovator of sorts, or even if it's only just really directing the energy. Maybe you don't have the best ideas, but you're the person that kind of is creating that thrust.
Right. You're just also, you know, you're just ready to forge ahead. But let's look at the next cards. I think we'll do some good recap on this one. So, all right, fine. So what are the challenges or opportunities that you may face, and the best way that you can tackle them? Well, I'll let you put that up there. You have the Fool reversed here. Well, you know, for you fixed signs, I don't know if you are like the real risk takers of the zodiac. You are more stable sorts. And so I feel the challenge for you is, you know, you might be presented with some opportunities to take some risks or gambles of some sort, and I don't know that it would turn out well for you this month. So my advice would be that the challenge this month is to try to steer clear of any risky behavior, any kind of risk-taking activities. Keep things on the level. Keep moving forward, you know, in the way that you know things should go. Don't take any detours that could have risks attached to them.
Perhaps in a broader sort of way, this card could be saying that a normal fixed sign sense of intuitive or kind of getting it is not working as well for this month for some reason. And of course, Mercury is retrograde, so this may actually apply a little bit to everybody. But yes, exactly what Banshee said. It's not necessarily a good time for risk-taking. You might want to wait and see how you feel about things later.
Right, you know, just keep things steady as she goes, and don't let anybody try to talk you into anything. And hey, you know, for a little while during this Gemini season, Mercury's going to still be retrograde, so be aware of that, you know, in what decisions you make. Okay, so ultimately, how can you use your modality superpowers to your advantage this month? Oh, it's Judgment reversed.
Judgment reversed. Ooh. How to make a negatory work.
Well, you're with your superpowers. So I feel here, ensure that, first off, ensure that you're not misdirected this month. Make sure that, you know, you're not misdirected. I feel that there's that you know, there may be, like I said, a real pull to try to take a risk or do something different. And I don't feel that this is the time for it. This is not a time for, how should I say this? Restructuring. It's a time with following the course. So don't do any kind of restructuring or rethinking things. Go with the flow.
I think that's a good point to consider there. This is a little bit of a hard card to tackle.
It is.
Because of the way it falls into this position, but what the card normally means, there is kind of like a frictioning there. It could be saying, you know, that you can't really think about it exactly the way you normally do it. So it sort of harkens back to the idea of using your intuition. This is maybe saying that there is a reason why you need to spend more time thinking about it to some degree. So I guess it's time for the recap.
Yeah, so basically this is an interesting month. It looks as though you're focused around your financial well-being and security, you know, with that first card, or your tribes, the people under your care. You're just trying to make sure everything is safe and secure.
Security.
And so this is saying to move forward, you're ready to move forward now, and that, you know, with others, you know, assisting you, maybe it's a new plan of action regarding your finances, you know, where you want to invest, what you want to save for a rainy day. Maybe you're working with the family on budgeting, you know, and it's saying to just kind of stay a very even, steady course, but you're ready to push this forward and finally put it in place. I'm just going to go through mine and you can kind of wrap it. This is not a time for risks. The challenge here is to avoid anything that may be a little risky. Maybe you see something that looks like a good investment, but you know, there's some risk attached to it. It might be wise to just kind of play closer to your chest at this point. And ultimately, I feel like it's, again, I think it's going back to this Prince of Wands who wants you to just move forward with a plan here, is don't deviate from that plan. Don't restructure. Don't try to reinvigorate. Work with what you have because it's workable so long as you don't take any necessary risks or mess up where you're at right now. Because it looks pretty stable and secure, and you might just want to keep it that way during the retrograde.
So fixed signs overall, I think the emphasis is really on their personal security, their material matters, and maybe those closest around them, their family. I think there is something really that will be drawing you in with others to be more innovative on maybe new projects or new adventures of some sort. But you got to be careful. Your intuition is not working with you so much. And I think there's a sense here of maybe playing it by the book, really being detail-oriented, reading the blueprints.
I like that.
I think you said that too, though, in order to, you know, unleash that superpower of introspection, I guess.
Right. You know, your superpowers, too, are also your ability to just, you know, go with the flow. But the thing is that, actually, I should say this differently. Your superpower is you do know when to forge ahead and how to forge ahead. But, you know, you have to also make sure that what you are doing is not risky. You know, this is a time where your stability, you know, your idea of staying the course is important.
All right.
I think I was kind of mixing up my fixed and mutables there for a minute. So
oh dear.
I just wanted to clarify
that should never happen.
I know. I'm bad that way.
But we are indeed on to the mutables now.
We are indeed. And you mutables, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. What do you have to say about them, Mr. O?
Well, of course, they are the ones who seem the most likely to change in certain ways. But maybe that's not such a bad thing. Some people are
Change
scared.
Can be good.
Some people are scared by that. You know, and it really is a mixed kettle with all of them, you know, when you think about Virgo and Sagittarius. But maybe there are some commonalities. I mean, there's a number of either emotional or dualistic aspects between these guys. Basically, they're very resourceful, and being easy to change or assume other personas means that maybe there's some vital learning going on, learning other perspectives.
You're chameleons.
Chameleons.
By the way, for those of you who are watching this, I'll probably make an announcement right after we're done with the mutables. We will not be live this weekend. We will be at a public event, so you will not get a live stream from us this weekend that this video is released. Is it the 21st and 22nd by chance?
Yep, Saturday and Sunday.
I knew it. Okay, so your focus, mutables for the week, for the month ahead, I'm sorry, for Gemini season. The four, hey, look what came up again. It's the Four of Pentacles reversed for the mutables, but it's the focus this time, which means this is a time of being less, well, it's really funny because you're mutable. I'm really surprised you got this. But on the one hand, it's saying to maybe use that ability of yours to be more flexible, to be more giving, to be more open to others, whether it's open-hearted, open with the pocketbook. You have to let some things go, too. You can't hold on to things too tightly, attitudes or things. And usually for you, in a way, that's like your superpower because you're more willing to change than any other, modality.
Well, it could just be saying really that there's an idea about investments going on here. They may be physical, monetary investments. They may be other kinds of investments, you know, the doing of favors or things of that sort maybe generate a sense of cooperation with people. So this could be about saying your focus may be about how you're investing or how others are investing in things that also affect you.
And, I'm going to throw something else out there because we mentioned it with, I think it was the Cardinal Signs, but this is a card where you could let some things go. So you might want to consider donating some of your stuff that you're not using to charity, or maybe set up a yard sale. You could make a little money, but you're selling things cheaper that other people might desperately need. So it is an idea of letting things go, I think, is the focus. And okay, what about your interactions with others this week in that regard? What role will they play? And I think people are helping you move things forward. The Chariot is all about movement and propelling things forward, drive and ambition.
People may be moving you forward with their own projects, or they may be moving you forward because they want to see you reach some culmination in your own. It's really a lot of energy here, and it's also about maybe a coming together in a way. It sort of reflects a little bit on that Four of Pentacles. Maybe this is saying, too, that this is an idea about bringing people together in that sense of cooperation, that maybe it's about a neighborhood cleanup for the spring or things like that, and maybe you're joining the band.
You're joining the band, or the bandwagon is joining you, because basically I feel that people will support your efforts. They may lend you a hand with whatever it is you are working on.
Very nice.
So what about the challenges you face or the opportunities in the month ahead? You have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is reversed. And hey, speaking of challenges and opportunities, opportunity seems to be knocking. It looks as though you may be accepting a new goal, a new dream, a new, maybe it's a new job offer. Something is coming that you will be jumping in on. You're going to be all in on. It's an opportunity, not a challenge.
Since the overall feel of this reading is that it's more about you personally on all your levels, I don't think this is necessarily about romance or necessarily about business, but it does feel like some very new opportunity could come up for you. So it could be either, depending on who you are and what you got going on. It's interesting that there are 2 4s. I sort of feel it is fortuitous. So generally, yes, I think that's what it is that you have an opportunity or a challenge with that opportunity in starting something new.
Right. You know, oftentimes I wonder too when I see this card of letting go, if it's not letting go a job or something for something better now, you know, as I see this playing out here, and the Chariot is about movement. Well, you know, maybe others steer you to some other opportunity that's coming your way.
It's really about choosing something too. So there's the sense that it's something you know about that maybe has been working on, and that this is the time now where it's going to come to fruition.
All right, so ultimately, how can you use your modality superpower to your advantage this month? We have the 8 of Swords here upright, so that's kind of interesting.
I like this 8 of Swords, though, because I feel that the portrayal sort of registers a sense of calmness and alertness, sort of a sense of readiness. I know that's not the traditional meaning of the 8 of Swords, but I want to go with it a little bit, because sometimes it is better to wait and discern a situation before you leap to it like a dog might do. So I'm just wondering if that's the superpower, is really knowing when to sort of hold things close to the vest, so to speak, or go ahead and do the charge.
You mutables are pretty good at seeing below the surface of things. And so I feel here that you can best use your modality superpowers this month to really see what's behind some of the self-doubts or things that have been keeping you tied in place and you'll be able to overcome them. So, you know, it's interesting because this can be a challenging card, but I feel like because it came up into the position of how you can use your modalities to best effect, I feel the best way you can use your superpower to advantage this month is to see below the surface of what may really be behind things that have been holding you back from going after these opportunities that are now presenting themselves. And that way, you are able to actually pursue them. Let's recap this, because I'm seeing a story unfold on my end.
Well,
do you want to go first?
No, I'll let you go first. It is interesting because, of course, for some sense of magical workings, ligature and blindfolding do represent that ability to sort of project outwards, because your physical limitations sort of give you a way of opening up spiritually.
Right, so you can project, did I say outward? I think I said inward, but that's okay. You can see inward and project it outward. But anyway, let me get back here.
Okay.
I'm getting confused. So I really am beginning to see a picture here for you, modality for you of the mutable modality, that you might be having to let go of something this month so you can move forward on following a new opportunity or lead of some sort. And you're accepting that challenge because you've been able to see beneath the surface of fears and self-doubts you may have had about doing it. Perhaps you've been wanting to pursue some other opportunities for some time now, but you've been holding back because you've been scared and you've doubted your ability to do so. Well, I think others are going to inspire you to move forward with this and trust that you can handle it, and you're going to accept this opportunity. You're going to go for it. It's kind of what I feel.
But with this, though, I think it's also you too really being able to be that sense of opening up that way. This is a very interesting reading for the mutables. It really smacks totally of the sense of what some of the mutables are strongly about. So I really do feel you nailed it there.
Oh, well, I think we both did.
Sure.
It is a good reading for the mutables overall, I think. Good luck with that. Good luck with all of the modalities. And that concludes our reading. But again, we want to remind you that this weekend, the 21st and the 22nd, there will be no live stream and there will be no happy hour. Friday, though, we will have the monthly modality, the emotional exchanges video of Mr. O's. And on Sunday, there will be a Material Matters, which is my taped show. I may not be in the chat this time because we're at this public event.
So miss us, but we'll be back.
We'll miss you too. We really do. It's been, we've never taken a weekend off from our shows, so I'm going to feel very different.
It's like a reward, except we have to work.
We're still working. Well, anyway, everybody, take care. Hope you have a great Gemini season. And once again, happy birthday to the Geminis.
See you in Cancer.
Take care. Bye-bye.